Hi there. In the next day or two, I'm going to be launching another new tab on the website. It's going to be called How Can I? The first blog post under this tab is going to be called 3 Easy First Steps. And this audio recording is going to accompany a very brief written post for 3 Easy First Steps. So first let me talk about How Can I? You're going to see a description under the tab when it goes live here in the next day or so. And you'll see that quite simply, it is me offering, it's going to be, I'm tracing my own healing journey and offering to you what has worked for me. Will it work for you? I have no idea. Will I ever guarantee anything? Of course not. Never. These are just suggestions of things from somebody who you're witnessing the change. I'm including on my website, you're seeing journal entries from less than 3 years ago proving to you that I was not very far from pretty dark places in my life. And here I am now, and you can see on the website what's coming out of me as a result of truly healing myself from decades of unresolved pain. So, am I a medical expert? Absolutely not. Do I have any licenses? Absolutely not. Am I an expert in my own life? Yes. And is my own life sort of something that, again, you get to make the decision on whether or not, what, if anything, you would like to take from the suggestions I will be making on this particular tab. Some of them are not recreating the wheel at all. Something like a gratitude journal, which you'll see today. That's not recreating the wheel. However, there are some specific exercises and ideas that I think are unique, that I've kind of made up, that seem to work for me, that I'll be sharing with you over the course of the next 30 days. So right now, just to briefly talk a little bit and expand upon these 3 easy first steps. The first one that I did in 2008 when I first moved to Sarasota, and quite frankly, it's the only thing I did for those first 2 years of this past 5-year period, because I was still busy working 3 jobs, 80 hours a week, and running from dealing with my past. But I did turn off the TV. I sold my TV, or I gave my TV to Goodwill when I moved down here from Tampa. I did not have any desire to purchase a new one. I have not purchased a new one. I do not watch TV. I watch, things from Hulu or things on Netflix. I do watch TV programs, but I do not watch anything with commercials, and I absolutely don't pay attention to anything right now pertaining to politics or news-related materials. It has been by far the single greatest thing I did for myself. I had become very angry in the political side. Everything to me was red and blue, everything. And it was such a childish, immature, limited, close-minded way of looking at our world. And if you're paying attention to all the media, that's what it forces you to become. Whether you are aware of it or not, it's happening. There is nothing positive being broadcast with regards to our politics and our news. It's telling you what to be afraid of, and it's telling you who or what you can try blaming. It hasn't been resulting in any positive change in our world for decades, yet we continue to give that all of our focus. So absolutely. Everybody's going to do what you want to do, but I'm telling you from experience, the single greatest thing I did for myself to immediately affect my happiness and to allow me to be able to better interact with those in the world who are different from me is to turn off that news, which is just somebody in some room trying to tell you what's important in your life. Turn off the news and go interact with your community. Then you'll see what's important in your world and what should be important, which is right around you, not something that's thousands and thousands and thousands of miles away or completely beyond your control. So, I'm sure this will come up later in the 30 days, but that's all I'll say about turning off the TV. It's highly recommended. Begin a gratitude journal. Oprah, I think, not the only person, but I know she particularly made this very, very popular some number of years ago. Again, I said the podcast is supposed to be launching anytime today too. I've got a new podcast series called Gratitude. So I'm going to let that speak for itself on the importance of gratitude. Hugely important to express gratitude and appreciation for all in your life, including the things that we label as bad. Because quite often those things that we label as bad can result in the greatest, most positive lessons in our life if we're willing to see them as such. And finally, number 3, as if this isn't becoming apparent on my website of late, listen to more music. A friend of mine, a roommate I used to live with here in Sarasota, Kevin, used to go to the library and get all these CDs out. And he's like, yeah, you just go to the library, pop them in your Mac, and it automatically downloads them to iTunes. You're not doing anything illegal, and there you get tons, of exposure to tons of new music. So whether you're doing it on Pandora was very big for me during my year. I would pick an artist that I knew, and then through Pandora, you all probably know how it works, I would get introduced to brand new artists, and then I would go to the library and see if I could find entire CDs of those artists. Listening to more music absolutely will reconnect you with yourself. Music. There's a quote that I have, and I'll expand upon this, I'm sure, later too. Sound is the closest to the physical that the non-physical can get. I'll leave you with that, and I'll repeat it one more time. Sound is the closest to the physical world that the non-physical can get. From the more I'm connecting with music in these past 2 weeks, I've never felt anything more powerful than allowing myself to feel, move, and connect to that music as completely as possible. Do it, folks. Get to the library. Turn off that TV, play music with your kids, dance with your kids, discover new sounds. It will not be something that you regret. So there you go. 3 easy first steps that will result in a tremendous amount of notable positive difference in your life. All right? Have a great day. Thanks.